Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your game master for this very special episode, our session 0 of the Shadowdark RPG and Tomb of Horrors. Welcome, everyone. We got CJ, Nate, Chris, and Estelle here. I'm so excited. Are you excited, everybody?
I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
That wasn't on my list of questions I'm going to ask you, but I figured I'd ask it at the beginning. Are you excited? So
Very.
excited. Wow. It feels like this has been in the works for some time. Do you feel like it's been something we kind of talked about a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, months?
I think in January. Didn't I ask you all to play this in
Beginning of the
January?
year, yeah.
Sounds right. Well, because we were going to finish Keep on the Borderlands in March, right? Or in February?
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we had expected to finish that much earlier than we did. But we're here, you know. We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. But yeah, so let's just do a couple of things, get them out of the way, introductions here. We're going to go around. Some of you watching, this might be your first time watching this channel. You know, I hope we get a lot of the Shadowdark community to start watching because I think that our content is awesome, and I think that they'll enjoy watching our channel. But Tomb of Horrors is also a classic module, and I feel like this is the perfect kind of pairing because dungeon crawls is what Shadowdark does, I think, best. It's like a shining feature, and the Tomb is maybe the most famous of the dungeon crawls in D&D. So I'm happy to do this pairing and get this kind of combination in here on the channel. I've also been loving doing third-party stuff on the channel. We have done so many different games of RPGs than D&D in the last 6 months. We've done Call of Cthulhu. We did a Shadowdark already. I'll link that down in the description. You can see Chris and Nate take on the Wavestone Monolith. We also have we just did Star Trek Adventures, which was so much fun. We also did End of the World RPG, and all of you have been a part of various things here. So I think what we'll do to introduce everyone here to the crew, to the cast, why don't we go through and tell everybody what you've done here on the channel, what games you played in, and then also tell us, in D&D, in a fantasy RPG, what type of characters do you gravitate towards? Because the Shadowdark characters kind of a mixture, especially the ones we're using. We're going to be using a lot of the supplements too. Some of them are stranger than the ones you might have been accustomed to in D&D. So let me hear that from all of you. Why don't we start with CJ? CJ, you've been on the channel for a long time.
I have been on the channel for a very long time. And so you're going to have to do that again. So I am CJ. You can find me on the channel in the, let's see, what was the first one?
Icewind Dale?
Icewind Dale. You can find me in Wild Beyond the Witchlight as an NPC. You can find me in Candlekeep Mysteries and Multiple Adventures. You can find me DMing Estelle and Bobby in both Shrine of Tomoa-chan and Spelljammer.
Spelljammer.
What else? And then also all the other random adventures, End of the World RPG, and now this. And yeah, so that's where you can find me in other things on the channel. You can. What was the other question? What do I normally play?
This might be a tough one for you, CJ. I've played with you for a while. I know you.
Yeah, I've played a lot of very different and unique characters over the years. So, but what I think the theme that kind of like I usually would generally tend towards like rogues. And roguish characters when I would play like video game RPGs, but with D&D, I find that I tend to play like
villains.
Yeah, I tend to like try and play like charismatic characters, like high charisma characters, and then I end up rolling characters that don't have good charisma, so I just end up talking a lot and then failing the rolls. But and those are the characters that I really like, are the ones that can kind of try and talk their way out of a situation rather than having to always, fight their way out of a situation. That's the thing I love about D&D and role-playing games in general on the tabletop, is just being able to, talk your way out of a situation. Like you don't have to maybe fight Strahd. You can tell him that you also
Want to murder
serve the
people.
darkness.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say you might like Shadowdark then, because the way that they handle skills, it's a little less dice involved. So this might be something you actually excel at
Yeah,
for once.
maybe. I
For once.
did play in a campaign with someone who knows me for not playing very high charisma characters, and then I played a bard, and they were like, I said something very dumb, and they said, "Well, now you have to roll," and I rolled like a 30, and they were like, "Oh no!"
Well then, it could go the other way.
You
Could go the other way.
You
Yeah.
actually succeeded.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So you like the rogue archetype, the thief archetype, but in these games you like to play more of a charismatic character. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what you roll tonight. Who knows? Let's jump over to Chris. Chris, I've known you probably longer than everybody on the panel.
A while, Bob. You were like a babe, a child when I met you.
I think I was a minor. Yeah.
You were like 17.
Yeah, I think I was.
Wow.
So go on. No.
A weird, awkward pause. No, so the Keep on the Borderlands was my intro to Tabletop Bob here on Bob's D&D YouTube, and I loved that campaign, and that character Hieronymus Bosch that I played has earned my my love of my most favorite character ever. I really enjoyed playing that little gnome, and I feel the bad charisma roll, because in fact all of his abilities were awful except for intelligence. He had like a 6 in everything.
Yeah,
except
it was
for
bad.
intelligence. And so definitely not able to roll his way out of anything at all. So but you know, it made the game a lot more fun, you know. Anyway, so traditionally I tend to play rogue-like characters most of the time. Probably the one I played the longest ever was an assassin. You know, in old Fritz's games, most of my characters were stealthy, roguish characters. So that tends to be my go-to. I think I do a pretty good job playing the rogue. I don't really know what's going to happen here. I'm going to let fate decide what I do really in this game tonight. So we'll see what I roll. But I intend to play something roguish.
We actually talked about that before we went on here, how, you know, like when Keep on the Borderlands, we tried to make that 5e game feel more old school. So we had a bunch of house rules. One of the things that we also did was rolling the 3d6, you know, for dice rolls down the line. And that kind of affected the way that everybody played. You played a character you might not have wanted to play and ended up maybe being one of your favorite characters of all time. So it really could affect you in a good way, right? Just kind of get you out of that mindset of what you normally do. So maybe what you normally do is not always the thing you should.
And I've never played a wizard before, and you know, kind of having a wizard thrown in my lap was new and challenging for me to play, and you know, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it was Keep on the Borderlands, which obviously just ended. It's very recent in our minds. It was such a fantastic campaign. So happy to have you back on the channel. See what other characters you cook up here.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go down to Estelle. Estelle,
Hi.
newest member of this panel on the channel, I would say. But you've been here for a while too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the first one I was in.
Oh, Rank Amateurs.
Rank Amateurs. Yeah, I was in Rank Amateurs. I was in the Spelljammer one.
That was fun. I got to be a player.
Light of
with you.
Xerxes. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Moa-chan.
Tomoa-chan. I'm having my hands up like I'm actually counting off on them, but I'm not. And there was that one shot
We don't speak of that one.
That was wild.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. She was in a one shot that we don't talk about. We just don't.
Now we have to talk about it.
That was like
You can't do that.
my curiosity is piqued.
Actually, I did talk about it in a live stream once. So if you checked out one of my live streams recently, I talked about it.
Was that the one you
It's the
perhaps
one we
missed-
don't talk about, CJ. It's
didn't
just the one
didn't
we
press a button?
Yeah, it was bad. It was We played a whole game, a whole one.
Oh,
A whole
no.
one shot of it was the Radiant Citadel, but we were recording it because I was going away on vacation, so we were going to air it when I was back from vacation. This is last summer, and we finished the whole thing. I went to edit it and put the intro in and do it all, and I was like, my headset's not working. Did I mute something? No. Oh, there is legitimately no audio on the recording. So yeah, I apologize. I still feel bad about that because it was a great episode too, and it was maybe your best role playing ever, Estelle. So
One of the channel's best videos.
should I put it up as like a black and white
Your
and like a
best
silent
DMing.
movie? Should I put up like a silent?
I would love to see that, honestly. But I was also talking about the other one that I was in with the satyr. Which one was it?
Was it a Radiant
I
Citadel?
turned into a goat in the middle of it.
Oh, the Radiant Citadel. Yes, the one.
Yeah, the other
Actually,
one.
Kyle
Yeah.
played with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't have to expose my horrible YouTube skills here.
No, but I'm so happy I heard it all.
Gotcha. Oh man, and yeah. So go ahead
Okay.
and do your D&D preferences.
D&D preferences. I hop around with like the classes a fair bit. I'm just gonna say I tend to like to play more impulsive characters.
Great.
I just like doing something and then seeing a reaction.
Oh, it's gonna work great for the Tomb of Horrors. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like several backups.
Awesome. I'm so excited. So not a typical archetype, just a more of like a role-playing style.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And just for reference, the last character you played here on the channel, though, was probably one of the most efficient murder machines that I have ever seen in 5e. You played what was it? The warlock, right? Sorcerer. Excuse me.
Sorcerer. It was the aberrant mind sorcerer, which
my
I
God.
didn't expect. Like, I didn't take like huge damage spells, but I just kind of stopped a lot of combat.
Chris and Nate, I mean, I know you guys, you had the short end of the stick with your characters because we played such a more of a limited game, but we played the Spelljammer. We were starting at level 5 or level 6, and her Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, like we honestly, the rest of us didn't need to be there. She like handled every combat without us having to do too much. So Stefano would run up and punch something. I'd charge in, hit something with my lance, and then all of a sudden, and Andrew would say something. I don't know what he even did. And then Estelle would just be like, all right, the combat's over. I'm casting this spell, and everybody dies. So I still don't know how it works.
You did a lot of the hits. I just stopped them from moving for a bit.
The spellcasters, they do tend to kind of do that, and that's like even Hieronymus with his very limited access to spells was pretty much the combat finisher. When he lined up a good fireball, once he finally got it, it was or sleep even before that. It was.
Yeah,
I think he only really ever cast like 5 spells.
Not a good combo for enemies with the dancing spell and then fireball right after it.
That's true. They would fail automatically or.
Yeah, Barrick didn't want to admit it, but he was really a Hieronymus meat shield.
That's basically it. So let's talk about you then. We brought up Barrick Helios. Let's talk about Nate. Nate, what do you do on this channel?
Howdy.
Look good.
I was in Avernus to start in the early days. That was actually my first exposure to Dungeons and Dragons kind of formally.
That's right.
So thanks, Bob. I've been in a bunch of the Candlekeeps. Just finished up Keep on the Borderlands. Did the Shadowdark with Chris.
We did Star Trek Adventures last night.
Star Trek Adventures just finished up last night. Yeah. Yeah.
We got a lot going on
bunch
the
of
channel,
stuff.
everybody. If you haven't seen, if you haven't heard, it's a lot
Super
here.
fun.
A lot here.
It was a great little like 3-part episode there. That Star Trek was awesome.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And
what type of characters you play? You play a lot of MMOs too, right?
I do. Well, I play a lot of RPGs, a lot of video games. I would say I tend to be a frontliner of some of sorts. I feel like I tend to get up in the action. I really don't tend to play a lot of ranged or spellcasters, even though when I try. And like the first time I go through a game, there's the Renegade, the Paragon option. I have to play through the Paragon. I like have to know what that side of the story is first before I ever try Renegade. I know CJ's giving me that look, or maybe that was just a look somewhere else, but I like that. That's the way I have to try it first. So that's where I tend to lean. But I would love to get out of that comfort zone, try something new. So we'll see.
Okay, so Nate likes to play sort of the tank, the brute, someone who's a frontliner, and Estelle does not have really truly any one class that she relies on.
I just have poor survival instinct.
That's it. We'll call that poor survival instinct. Gotcha.
I'm just glad that me and Chris, as the rogues, will have someone up front to take all the damage while we hide in the back.
And someone to open all the doors.
Yeah, and Estelle is over there just like starting the fight.
There we go.
For Nate to finish. And me and Chris to just steal everything.
Nice.
Done.
I like how
that's-
you're setting the
sounds
stage
great.
for us both.
I can't wait for you two to roll just pure strength characters.
Let's see here. So welcome. I didn't say hello to the YouTube chat tonight. Hello, YouTube. Obviously, we're here for you. I see a couple people talking about their experiences with the Tomb of Horrors, and so what I'm going to do is a simple one. And I think Wayne asked it in the chat. Who has played the Tomb of Horrors before? I want to know how many people watching have actually played through it. So I'm going to put that as a poll. And you can let me know. We'll see. We'll see how many people have experience with this or are watching it because they want to relive what they went through.
Bob, you didn't answer the questions yourself. What can we see you on the channel in, and what is your general archetype that you play as when you are a player?
Oh, good
Bob is a
question,
player.
CJ. Have you ever played Tomb of Horrors? I need to say this or else I'm going to forget. Have you ever played Tomb of Horrors? Here's my community. So, community poll is up. Check it out. What do I play? Well, obviously, this is Tabletop Bob, named after me. My name is Tabletop, obviously. And I think I'm on almost everything here on the channel. I don't think there's anything I'm not in, but I was so happy that CJ has offered now a few times to DM on the channel so I can play, because it's far and few in between the times that I get to play as a player, and it's a nice, refreshing change of pace. And we had so much fun in that Spelljammer game, which I didn't know what to expect from it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So thank you for that. And then also. My character archetype. Well, I mean, my favorite character class is the Paladin. I love the Paladin. But I think I'm not necessarily the person who likes. I wouldn't say frontlining is like my favorite thing. I like to play a character that does a little bit of everything. I like to have options. So I like to have a character that is kind of all around, kind of good, purposeful at least, or at least that's what I think. I think that's the type of characters I typically play. I don't necessarily like to play just a fighter or a spellcaster, although I don't know, I played for too long, CJ. That's another thing. I played D&D for 24 years now. So I feel like I've tried everything, and I don't know. I like paladins. That's my answer. What do you think? Is that good?
That's good.
Well, I think that suits you though, Bob. You're a kind of a quiet leader. And you've always been that since I've known you. You were like 14 years old running Battle for Salvation gaming group. So
go on. No. My ego just getting bigger.
Please shower me with some more praise.
Shower me with praise, everyone. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do. I like to organize things, and he talked about Battle for Salvation. That's our gaming club that we've been running for 17 years now. So really, honestly, I like organizing. That's why I even started the channel. It's another way to get this community active, and I really enjoy it. So thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you later. Good night. That's all we're here for.
Great session.
Great session. No, just kidding. Obviously,
right.
Here's what we're going to do now. So we're going to dive into some of these house rules and Shadowdark. So if you've played Shadowdark before, and I assume some of the people in this chat watching have played Shadowdark, you'll know that it's very similar to D&D. Estelle and CJ have not played Shadowdark before. Chris and Nate have played here on the channel. So what we're going to do is, as we go through this kind of session 0, I'm going to rely on Chris and Nate. I'm going to talk to them first when we make decisions and roles and things, and they're going to they're going to talk about their decisions, and then we'll let CJ and Estelle come in after that, get a chance to think and look a little bit more. Also, nothing in this session 0 is 100% final. Your characters you could tweak them, you could change them slightly as we go from here to session 1. But let's set up some expectations here. This is the Tomb of Horrors. We are running it. I have the original module here, the actual original module, the first one that was released as a module, not the tournament one, but the one that was first released. There are a ton of these editions. If you don't know, Tomb of Horrors has, I think, been released in every single edition of D&D. So we're looking at the original D&D version. I'm going to be using that one, not the 5th edition one, for purposes of the game. However, I am going to be using the 5th edition map because it is far superior. It is a much better looking map, and I think it makes things a little more, I don't know, just for your viewing pleasure, the players, not necessarily even the audience, just for you. It'll make things a little clearer. The map is well designed. So,
Thanks, Bob.
yeah, we'll be using that map for the game. And then for rules, we are using Shadowdark. And Shadowdark is its own game. It's its own system. It is like D&D, like I said. It's got a lot of familiar mechanics. Advantage, for example, something that was introduced in D&D 5e. It has advantage. The Arcane Library is the company that makes it. I put a link down below in the description. You can check out all the rules for yourself. I think you can actually still purchase the digital rules. I think it's available to be purchased. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I joined in on the Kickstarter, so I have a bunch of extra materials. That's what our players are going to be using for this. We're going to be using some other sources than the core rulebook. So Kelsey, who runs the Arcane Library, she just put out the Bard and Ranger classes. So in addition to the Fighter, the Thief, the Priest, and the Wizard, we have the Bard and the Ranger, and then we have the Cursed Scrolls zine, which is kind of like the Arcane Library's magazine. There are 3 things that have come out so far for Shadowdark in the past couple years, and they are supplements. I don't know how necessarily play-tested everything here is, but I've looked at them and they seem comparable, so we're going to be using them if the players want to. That'll include the Knight of St. Idris, Warlock, Witch, Desert Rider, Pit Fighter, the Raskodai, and Seer, and the Sea Wolf. And those are all going to be things that we might need to tweak just slightly, like because of our setting, which we'll talk about in a second. But I'm going to probably put this document somewhere. I'm going to put it on a drive, or I might put it for free on my Patreon, so that you can just see the house rules we're using. So before we start rolling some dice here, I guess I have a couple of questions for all of you. I had planned to use the setting of Illustria, which is the campaign setting that, well, CJ and I have. Well, I think actually now at this point, 3 of you have probably played in. Estelle, you might not have, but Illustria is the campaign setting. It's our homebrew one that Mike has created. Mike, our friend who was on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, he created it with Randall, and CJ and I played in it in his home campaign. I think I want to use that as well. It's the setting that we use for Keep on the Borderlands, so the Pantheon is going to be familiar to the viewers. Are you all okay with using that? And Estelle, obviously, I'll get you information so you can choose from the Pantheon and stuff like that. But does that seem reasonable to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we're going to do it. We're going to keep it in Illustria. We're going to use that Pantheon. So there will be Hyperius. I know we have Hyperius fans in the chat. He'll be back. Now, the second thing here is house rules. We had talked about some things that we wanted to slightly alter, and mostly Chris and Nate and I, because they have played it before. And it's not that we want to make this game easier. It's actually not that we want to make it less deadly or the tomb less deadly. It's going to be plenty deadly. But there are some things that we wanted to just tweak about some of the rules of the Shadowdark. So one of the things that we want to do is implement some sort of a short rest mechanic. And it's not really... it's not like D&D where a lot of things come back on a short rest. There is only a long rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to implement a short rest where it's going to take an hour, and there are going to be 3 options for you to do during that short rest. You can either regain one of your lost spells, which would help a wizard or a priest. However, if you lost your spell due to a critical failure and you have to atone or do some sort of penance for it, or the equivalent of the wizard, then that would not be applicable during a short rest. That would require the long rest and all the rules that follow it. But if you just failed on a spell, normally it would happen, CJ and Estelle, you lose that for the day till you rest again. So if you have to roll for your spell checks just like an attack, and if you fail to meet the DC, which is 10 plus the level, you lose that until you take a rest. So you could be on a streak, like Nate had a streak where he passed like 4 or 5 spells in a row before he lost it, and ended up being way more spells cast than even a D&D player character of that level. So it's a trade-off, and what we wanted to do is just mitigate losing that critical spell for the rest of the day, and perhaps in a tomb where you might not be coming out so often, we wanted to have a short rest. So you can do this, you can attempt a short rest 2 times per day, and you can either gain back 1 lost spell, like I said, you can fix a item like a wand, or you can gain a hit dice back for your hit points. One of these 3. So it has something for everybody. Like the bard or somebody might have a wand, they could work on their wand. Someone who has spells can regain a spell, and someone who has a hit dice that they want to replenish, like a fighter or a thief, can do that. It's a minimal, really tiny little thing, but I think it'll make an impact on how you play the characters in a positive way. Then the other things that we want to talk about are, well, there's a rule in this game called luck tokens. You get them. It's kind of like a inspiration in D&D. And what it'll let you do is you can use it for yourself or an enemy that's nearby. You can a friend that's nearby. You can give them your luck token, and they can re-roll any dice. It's gaining advantage basically on a roll. It's huge, and it's really cool. And when we played it wrong. When Nate and Chris and I played it. I read, it was the first time playing the game, so we'll get better at it. But it said that you can give them 2 to 3 luck tokens if the adventure is really hard. And I was like, okay, great, done, 3. I said, we'll give 3. And apparently that was what you should give them throughout the course of a game, a session. So no, we played it wrong. But I liked having those luck tokens. It made it a lot of fun. The swinginess of like failing a save and then getting your friend to toss you a luck token. It was really cool. And I liked that. And I had anticipated playing with 3 luck tokens. So I looked. Yeah, go ahead, CJ.
Sorry. Was 3 too many or too few?
It was way too easy last time.
Okay, 3 was too many.
No. 3 was he's being facetious. It was deadly with 3.
Could have had 10 luck tokens. I think we still would have died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's being silly, but it was fun though. The mechanic was fun. The idea of like tossing a token your friend's way, using it in key moments, or trying to make it so you don't lose a spell, that sort of thing. It was very helpful. And I've looked now in the book, and there is a pulp game mode. Pulp, like you might see in some other games, like even Cthulhu has a pulp mode. It makes the characters a bit more, harder to kill in a way. In this game, the version is basically you don't have a limit on luck tokens, so you can get as many as you'd want. Now, we could modify that to be 3 if we wanted to. We do have 4-player characters, so it's something we should think about. I'm not 100% ready to make a rule on that right at this moment, but there are plenty of different, game modes here, and they're put in the book for, I think, a reason, personally. So I don't think we should be like, we shouldn't play it because it's going to make it too easy. I think it's just a way to play the game. So I want to use the pulp mode. Now, the pulp mode also has some other things that go along with it. I'm going to direct your attention to the rulebook, and I'm going to switch this over so we can see what the pulp mode is. It is under page, in the core rulebook, it is under page, why can't I find it now? I had it open. Why can't I find it? It's game modes, and why can't I find it now, of course. Let's see. Modes of play. It is page 111, if you can look there. I'm going to switch over to our Roll20 screen so people can see it at home. Here we go. So in modes of play, there's plenty here, and they're crazy, some of them. Like this, like fatality mode, like old school D&D, you hit 0, you die, stuff like that. Momentum mode. There's a bunch of things there, but pulp mode. It says that there are no maximum luck tokens a player can have. You start every session with D4 luck tokens. You can use a luck token to turn a hit into a critical hit. You can use a luck token to take an extra action, and you can use a luck token to force the GM to re-roll a roll. I like almost all of these.
I love that.
Can you guess which one I don't like?
Making
Players start every session.
Great job,
With
Nate.
1d4.
That was key there. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
give you luck tokens just because. I think you need
Yeah.
to earn the luck tokens personally. It's just like Inspiration, D&D, and
I
Estelle. D&D and Estelle. Geez, CJ and Estelle. It's just like in D&D. It's you get them for like, doing something brave and heroic or a brilliant role play idea, something creative, clever. And I want to do that. So I don't want to give you the luck tokens every session. You'll earn them the regular way, which is, earning them through the game. But I would have no problem using all the rest of them. What are your thoughts?
I like that. Sounds good.
I can't wait to make you re-roll.
I almost wouldn't mind a cap. I don't know. I guess it'd be nuts to think if someone had like 6 luck tokens.
Feel like Bobby not giving them out at the beginning of every session with the D4. Bobby would really be the
You're
limit
right.
on
Yeah,
how
he'd
many
be kind of in control of that
luck tokens
naturally. Yeah.
you have.
There's no caps, Nate. You'll have no caps. Don't worry.
No cap.
No
No
cap.
cap, man.
I'm happy to put a cap if you want to do 3 like we had played last time.
I was just throwing it out there.
Well,
Bobby
so I
would
will
just
rely
never
on
give
you
you-
and Chris probably for this because you played it. You kind of had a feel for the game. Do you think 3 is something that, what realistically, right? 3 is that enough? You'll be gaining more, unlike the one shot.
I want a lot. I think it would be a lot of fun if we're just throwing those things around like candy.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
It'll just be a whole hilarious. We'll just be dropping luck tokens on each other. And
I'm down
I'm
for it.
down.
I'm down for
down.
it. Down for it.
I see the potential for a lot of humor and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm happy to do it, but I will not be letting you get luck tokens every session. So we're gonna play with the pulp mode, and we are gonna be playing without the players start every session with D4. So that's we'll put that into the official rules document. We'll set it in stone.
I like that.
By the way,
I like
nothing
it.
is set in stone here because if we find, and this is for all of you out there, we're playing this game. Yes, it's going to be you're going to be viewing it and watching it, but we want to enjoy this. So if we find a rule and we're like, it's just not working for us, we're going to change it. We're going to do what we need to do to make the game, what we want. So we'll let you know. And if we do make a change to any rules, if we find the short resting is too good, if we find this pulp mode is too crazy, we'll change it in the rules and we'll address it in the next session. Okay, but that's the one thing I wanted to get out of the way. So now let's jump into to characters. We are going to be making very high level characters here. We are going to be playing 8th level characters. The Shadowdark game goes up to 10th level. I foresee us leveling up at some point in this game. So we would be going from 8 to 9. And I can't say that we would go to level 10. In terms of expectations for how long this game is going to take, if you've watched the channel before, you know that I have no idea how long things take. So I could say it could be, 10 sessions and it could be 30. I really don't see it going 30. I don't see this game being that long, but I could see it going longer than what I expect. So what I'm going to say is I told them all somewhere in the range of like 10 to 15 episodes. I don't know. We'll see. It could be shorter.
I mean,
even.
it's just one dungeon, Bob. How long could it take?
Well, that's a good point, CJ. So I look at the poll on YouTube chat. I'm just looking at it right now. It looks like it's a 55% to 45% split. 55% of people have not played this game before, and some of them have. So here's what I'm going to say to this. If you've played this game before, then you know this tomb is deadly, and yes, it could end in TPKs. We're going to be using Shadowdark rules. Things might be slightly different. I don't want you to be like, you have this mindset of like, we're going to go through 10 characters each. I think if you play it smart, you might not die, but it's dangerous. Making bad decisions is lethal in this game. And
Hear that,
it's,
Estelle?
sorry, say it again.
So do you hear that, Estelle? Bad decisions can
I mean-
get you killed.
That's why you have backup characters.
That's so Estelle might run up 10 characters, but also this is going to be a campaign. in a way, and I say that in like a loose sense, but like a campaign as in there is going to be a story. If you've played this before, there is no story to this game. It's like, oh hey, look at this, you found this famous dungeon, and go on in. There's treasure in there. We're gonna have a story to kind of back this up, and I'll touch on the story later in this session while we are making the characters. It won't really affect your character creation. There aren't going to be things that you're going to be like, I need to take this instead of this. We'll be fine. But there's going to be some story to it. So that's why I think we're not going to start at the tomb. We're going to be starting in a nearby town. And I think, generally speaking, you're going to want to make relatively good aligned characters. You can absolutely be good or neutral or lawful. In this game, it's lawful, neutral, and chaos. There's no good or evil. But you can be any of the alignments. I urge you though to make a character that is still in some way not evil. You want to make a character that is somewhat good natured, even if you're selfish and anti-hero. You still want to be not an evil character. I think that would be the only thing I would try to steer you in that direction. Or if you are evil, then you are absolutely going to stick through this with some sort of intention, even though maybe it's selfish or evil ways. But we'd have to work on that if you're going to be purely evil. But anyway, so that's my little spiel about expectations and house rules and stuff. Let's jump into character creation, the fun part. So everyone, we're going to get on to Roll20. We're going to be rolling 3d6. We're going to be rolling 3d6 down the line. I'm going to bring up the rules for the character creation here. So
now in this town, will there be a farmer willing to sell like a whole bunch of pigs or goats?
Why?
No reason. Not any particular strategy I might have read about the Tomb of Horrors online at one point.
Unleashing like a horde of goats into the tomb.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
Love it. Just to spring all the traps.
Try it. You should try it. In fact, what's an even better animal? An ostrich farm? There might be an ostrich farm.
Emus?
An emu
farm. Yeah.
Emus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's the
This is
farm, actually.
Taking place in Australustria.
Australustria. So let's do it. So stats. You're going to be rolling 3d6 down the line, and it goes in this order: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. The stats are just like D&D, where a 10 and 11 are a 0, and every increment of 2 above or below is plus or minus 1. The max stat you can get is 18. So once you get to 18, you're capped. You don't need to go above 18. Once you roll and everything, then we'll go into our ancestries, classes, backgrounds, things like that. You'll have some choices here. Some choices are actually random. Like when you get into the classes, you'll be rolling talents, kind of like what the equivalent of feats are, and that would be random. You don't get to choose, which is kind of part of this game. So let's do the stat rolls. I'll switch us over to a Roll20. We're in our Tomb of Horrors.
Bob, isn't there a number you need to hit in order to not have a reroll?
Yes, you need to have at least 114.
That's right. All right,
That's
great.
it. If you don't have 114, you have to reroll. But if you have 114, the rest of them could all be terrible. It could be all threes.
So if I rolled... Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You can roll all threes, but you roll that 114, that you're locked into that stat roll.
If I remember, when we did this before, it took me like 4 tries to actually get a character that had a 14.
Chris had a hard time. He rolled like at least two full rolls before, I think, like getting into a suite that he could have a 14. But for the rest of us, I think you rolled a 14, right? I think Nate, you rolled a 14 right first try.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see. Why don't we start with Nate then? Actually, we'll go in like I said, the order. We'll go Nate, Chris, Estelle, and CJ. That'll be the order we go here.
So for strength, well, I'm gonna be a strength character.
Do me a favor, Nate. Before you roll any more, do me a favor. He just rolled an 18. If you're just listening to this, he rolled an 18, legit, on his first step. Put on the digital dice so that we can see the big dice roll. Yeah. Go into settings, hit digital dice, enable 3D dice.
Dice options, enable 3D dice. There we go.
It begins.
Well, okay. Dexterity. Oh wait, I've got the click to drag dice. Okay, 9 dexterity.
9.
We
11.
have 11 for con.
That's good, actually. That's not bad.
We've got 11 for intelligence.
Not bad either.
Really? 11 for wisdom. And finally,
Oh,
a hot 14 for
Hey,
charisma.
there's your 114.
there's your 14.
Know what I'm playing right now.
What are you playing?
I'm going for the Knight of St. Idris.
Oh my.
I think I have great stats for it.
So
Yeah.
you do actually. So the Knight of St. Idris is from the Cursed Scrolls zine number 1. If anybody has that at home, you could look it up. In a way, it's a paladin, which is funny because Nate just played the paladin for 2
Dude,
years.
hold on. I'm gonna think about it, but I feel like
No,
let me
but Nate,
I think that's where I'm going.
it's not really a paladin. I'd say if anything, it's more of a war priest, and it's actually a possessed war priest. So you struggle with like an inner demon. Your
Yeah.
smites and stuff like that you have, these
wouldn't even
abilities
have to
you have
act.
are actually like the demon being released when you want to release it. It like empowers you. So it's a contrast to what you've actually been playing.
Word. I'm gonna double check, but
Yeah.
I just got really excited with those rolls.
Well, they are fantastic. So you've got a
Yeah.
high charisma and high strength, and honestly solid
Pretty
stats.
moderate.
Other than moderate stats other than your dex, but
Yeah.
you can probably just play, any of those combat classes for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll let you're gonna think about your race and class. We'll jump over to Chris. Chris, why don't you give us your rolls here?
All right, here we go. D6, 3. Oh,
Ooh,
here it
Ooh,
goes.
7 for strength.
What's the easiest way to?
You could go onto the left-hand side, the dice roller, and just click the 3 next to 3d6.
I got that something enabled here. Click and drag to roll the dice.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
How do I get rid of that?
That I don't know.
I think do automatically roll 3D dice. Unclick the enable 3D dice.
Automatically roll.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Automatically roll. Yeah.
Okay.
So I see the second roll is a dex of 10.
Oh. See, so
It's so fickle. The dice were hot for Nate.
oh no.
Yeah,
Well-
that's good. Con.
Okay.
Right, but I wanted to hide decks. Okay.
You can still increase that. Remember.
Roll. Okay. Smart guy.
So we're looking at a 12 for intelligence. Ooh, 17 for wisdom.
Whoa.
Nice.
And a charisma of 8. Wow. So this is, I'll be honest with you, Chris, this is screaming priest to me if I were thinking character. The high wisdom and high con. You can wear
Yeah,
armor
yeah.
and
Is seer like based on wisdom though?
seer is I have to double check. I wrote it down here. Seer is wisdom. Yep, I had it all kind of planned out. So there are at least two options for every spellcasting class. There's the wizard has intelligence, obviously, and then also the ranger does have a lot of abilities that ping off of intelligence too. And then you have obviously wisdom. You have the Knight of St. Idris, which does get spells at this level. The priest, for sure, wisdom. And I believe it says right. The witch and the bard also go off charisma, not wisdom. So the witch and the bard are charisma. So there's two options really where the non-physical stats help. So Chris, think about what you might want to do. We'll come back to you in a little bit.
Okay.
And then we go to Estelle. Give us your rolls.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Okay. Starting off strong.
Strength of 9.
Okay.
Dex
Okay.
of 9. Okay, dex of 9. Can we roll anything other than a 9? Let's see. All right, 14 for con. That's pretty. You're gonna be.
Not bad.
You're gonna like that.
I'm
Not
not
so
feeling very
much.
smart here.
8 for intelligence. Okay. Is that an 11?
Yeah.
11 for wisdom and charisma here.
Come on.
No, 18.
12. Okay.
You know, it's fine. I wanted to try a witch anyways.
This could very well be a witch. High con, high charisma. The rest of the stats don't matter really because you're casting spells. So the witch could work really well here. And you have a con. I don't know if you read. You read the witch class? I take it.
A bit, yeah.
You skimmed it. They have a familiar, which is kind of cool. And if
Oh,
you're familiar
yeah,
were to kick the bucket, you can actually bring it back. But you have to take a piece of you out of it. So if you're having a high con and high hit points, is actually good for you if you go the witch. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Think about it. Look at the options, and we'll come back in a little bit. CJ, what do you got for us here?
Okay, let's see. Let's do this.
Save the best for last, right, CJ?
Of course.
The best rolls
Go.
for last.
13.
13
Okay.
strength.
Should I do that? And do that again. 14, that's Dex.
Hey,
14 for Dex.
Come on up in the front lines.
Whew.
13 for, that's Con.
Con. Nice. 13.
Dang.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, no.
That's okay. You don't have to be smart.
Yeah, I don't have to be smart to hit things.
5 for intelligence, everybody.
Oh,
11 for wisdom.
11. And come on, charisma.
Oh,
Ooh, there we go.
16.
Charismatic idiot.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to go bard, CJ, I mean, this is your opportunity. You
I
have-
mean, this is...
This screams bard. 16 charisma. Even your con, your dex, your strength are all solid.
Yeah.
You could be a little bit of a fighter-ish bard, a roguish bard. You'll have some magical uses of your wands. I'd be thrilled with this if I were you.
I'm pretty thrilled with this. Pretty happy. I
Okay.
feel like this character very much encompasses me myself, with the high charisma and the low intelligence, but also
Dashing good looks.
dashing good looks and dumb as farts. But also,
You have such a way
you know,
with words too.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm
Well, CJ, congratulations. I think you had the best rolls. If we were to add up the total like bonuses, I think it's you. It's 3 and 7 plus 7. Oh, the minus 5 is minus what? 3? Is a 5 a minus 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So actually, that takes you down a little bit. Nate probably has higher rolls because of he doesn't have that many negatives. But 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Nate has a total positive of plus 5. You would have plus 4. Chris, you actually don't have terrible rolls either. You have the 17, so that brings you up 3, 7. Sorry, not 7. 6 minus 1 minus 2. You have 5 as well. Estelle.
Yeah, right.
Estelle actually has the lowest rolls, I think, with a plus 2, plus 1, and minus 2. Yeah, Estelle has a net plus 1. CJ has a net plus 4. Chris has a net plus 5, and Nate has a net plus 5.
Woo!
So CJ,
Get that
Chris, and
second
Nate
character ready.
CJ, Nate, and Chris are relatively equal, and then Estelle, you kind of got shafted on some of those rolls, but yeah, overall not terrible. I think this could have gone way worse. So, okay, so let's take a look now at ancestries. So, of course, with ancestries, you want to decide, this is flavor, right? You don't have to pick it for their advantages, but each one comes with some different advantage. Like the dwarves gain bonus to their hit points. They also gain advantage with their hit dice rolls. Every level, you roll for your hit dice. And so when you have advantage on it, you're going to re-roll if you want to roll twice and take the better. So it's great for dwarves to have, if you want to have higher hit points, a dwarf would be the way to go. Goblins can't be surprised. That might surprise some of you. Elves get a +1 bonus to attack rolls. You choose, though, range or weapons or your spell casting ability. So it kind of depends on what your style you're going for. If you're sort of a martial class, you're going to go with, maybe like a longbow or something like that. You're going to go with the +1 there. But if you're a caster, you go with the +1 to your spell casting checks. Half orcs have +1 to damage, attack and damage rolls, which, and say CJ and Estelle, you probably don't know this yet, but damage rolls don't really get bonuses. You don't add your strength to damage. You just get the dice. So anything that can manipulate damage rolls like this, it's actually really, really good. But it's only with melee weapons. And then finally, the halfling and human. Halflings can actually go straight up invisible for 3 rounds, once per day. I don't know if that's legitimately invisible, like in the story, it's like they literally poof, like they disappear, or it's just that they happen to just go off and get out of people's sight, and then people don't know where they are. I don't know how you flavor it. You could be up to you.
Oh, so
I guess.
that like a cat.
Like a cat is a good way to say it. Yeah. And then humans obviously are, we're all familiar what a human is, but in this game you get an extra talent, and that's kind of like getting an extra feat at first level. You also get additional language. So these are the things that you can choose from. There are 6 to choose from. Does anybody have anything that they know they're picking? Nate, did you kind of decide on that yet or no?
I did. We're going with the
got?
knight. I know it's super similar, but my stats are just perfect for it.
Cool. So you're going with the Knight of
and,
St. Idris.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And with that,
What about your ancestry?
yeah, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Between dwarf and half orc, probably.
The fighting
kind of leaning dwarf.
Okay.
I don't know.
You do have a lower constitution, so that might help.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna be a dwarf knight.
Okay, Dwarven
I don't know.
Knight of
Half
St.
orc
Idris.
might be cool though. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to you. I'm almost there.
Okay. I'm just bringing up the
Probably.
cursed scrolls so we can view them. But you're
Gotcha.
definitely going with the knight at this point, right?
Yeah, we're gonna take that.
Okay, let's see here. Let's go with the Knight of St. Idris. We'll have to change the title though, Nate. The St.
If we're going
Idris.
with the Illustria, I figured I'd pick someone.
Yeah, I'd honestly maybe you and I should just chat about it because there might be certain patrons or even if it's not the god itself like this, we could pick something like a demigod that might fit better and be an order that you're part of.
Sweet.
So we'll chat about that, but we'll kind of do that off camera.
I'm in.
And then let's go with Chris. What are you cooking up here?
Well, I was looking at the seer class from that supplement, but I don't see any healing spell, and I think we're probably gonna do some healing, right?
It's very possible that you could want to gain hit points back.
So
Good, Bob.
I think I'm kind of forced to have to be the priest. The seer looked like a lot of fun with like the things they can do as far as like fate and luck rolls and all that, but
Well, I will say one thing though. There are potions in the game. You could definitely stock up on them. I know that if somebody's going to be a bard like CJ, there's access to wands. I don't know all the wands that are available, but maybe there is something of sort of a healing wand. I don't know, actually. I have to look. And everybody at home, I'm no expert at this game system either. This is the 3rd time I've played Shadowdark, so we're going to learn along with you as well. But if there's other options for healing, you could go the seer instead. So keep that in mind.
I think I'm just gonna go with the priest.
Okay, priest is solid. I mean, it's a cleric,
Yeah.
So it's always good. And I'm just going to bring that up here so we can see the cleric, the priest class here. The priest, along with a bunch of other classes now in this game, is a D6 hit dice. The game ranges from D4 to D8. No class has more than D8. Like the ranger, the fighter, the tankier classes, those have the D8. The sort of moderate have the D6, like the priest, and the thief and the wizard. Those sorts of classes have D4. So that's the way it breaks down. And you have an idea for ancestry?
Human.
Human. Okay, excellent. So human, going with human priest. You get an extra talent. That's what you want.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's
settled.
gonna
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I settled on dwarf.
Dwarven knight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Chris? Anything else?
Do I have to do anything right now? Or,
Not right now. Yeah, I want to go and get everybody's things, but you're gonna get ready to roll talents soon.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready.
Let's go to Estelle. What do you got?
Definitely want to play as a witch. I'm kind of stuck between like elf and dwarf. I don't know if I should double down on getting more hit points or not.
What was your hit points? You have good con. You're gonna start with +2. So, and you don't gain con bonus every level. You only gain it at first. You do have a +2, so it'll be there. It is a trade-off, obviously, but the witch is part of the Curse Scroll 1. So I'm gonna go and grab the witch here. The witch obviously is a spellcaster primarily and has access to through what is it, charisma? Spellcasting is charisma. Yeah, so charisma is your stat, and there are a whole slew of witch spells in this zine.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with elf and be an elf witch.
An elven witch, excellent.
Yeah.
And CJ, what do you got?
So I'm very torn here because I love playing goblin characters.
Oh God, you do. I know you really do, actually.
The goblin, I was like, I can be a goblin. That's fantastic. But I'm not so sure that keen senses is gonna come in handy. Don't know how often I'm gonna be subjected to being surprised.
Well,
So that's kind of.
that's up to you, CJ.
I know. Well, I would never be surprised if I was a goblin. That's the thing. But I don't know how many surprising things will happen in the Tomb of Horrors. Tomb of Horrors.
Probably a
Annihilation.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of things will be surprising, but I don't know that I'll be surprised.
The condition, or
Right.
the rule, the term.
Exactly.
It's up to you. If you want to think
But-
on this, if you want to be like, I might change it, you could change it from now.
I might change it.
But what are you leaning towards then? If it's not goblin,
I would then be leaning towards human for that extra talent roll.
gotcha.
Because I'm reading the bard and those talents.
The bard talents are real cool. Yeah,
Pretty nice.
yeah. Like I said, you could actually get a wand, so that's pretty cool.
I can get
You
a
might-
wand
Yeah.
because also, with our did we say we were playing with a luck token limit?
No luck token limit.
Yeah, so that would be. I would just be like, making it rain luck tokens.
True.
I like that.
Well, we can go human bard, and if you after you make
I
a
think
character
I
and
might
you're
go
like,
human bard for
Yeah.
now.
yeah, we would just take away. We'll just note the first roll on your talents. We'll just note that that's the one we'll take away.
Okay.
If that's something you choose later.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we've got human bard, we've got elven witch, we've got dwarven knight, and human priest.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is a very classic grouping. It's elves, dwarves, and humans. An
I mean,
elf, a
there aren't
dwarf, and two
really-
humans.
Kind of makes me want to go goblin now.
You have my sword.
Be a goblin. Embrace your goblin dreams.
I say gobbo.
Peer pressure.
I'm getting peer pressured here. All right, let me roll my talents, and then we'll figure out if I'm
Well,
gonna
hold on, because exactly. Just we're gonna note the first one is the human talent.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do the rolls. So once you picked your ancestry and class, you go on to your talents. Now I've got all of your zines and references here, so I'll go back and forth through it. But we'll go to the campaign settings here, or the campaign screens here, so you can see your rolls. You're gonna give me 2d6. That's how you do these for most of them. Just double check that yours does have 2d6. I think I saw something else that was like a d12 option, but I'm not sure if that was a class or something I'm mistaken. But basically, you roll 2d6, and you're gonna compare it to your chart. Like for example, the witch right here has a list of talents, and it's based on the rolls here, and that's what you get. You get these talents at every odd level. So if we go to the Shadowdark main page here, where is it now? It's at the end, is it not? Now I don't know where it is. Am I crazy, everybody? Where'd I find this? It's leveling up. Where is leveling up?
Leveling up. Let's see.
Starting level? No, starting level is not what I want. Level advancement. Here it is. So it's on page 39 of the core book. It shows you the table here. So when you gain a level, you gain these at these increments, right? Talent at every odd level. You roll them on your talent chart. You gain this, whatever it is, and that's what you get. You also get increased HP at every level. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different rolls here. I actually might have everybody do like the HP rolls all at once. I know it's a little less dramatic, but it'll take forever if we do that. But we'll do all our talent rolls, and then that person will roll their HP rolls. And we'll just add your Constitution to it once. For Nate, you'll have to roll them 2 at a time because you take the better of the result each time.
Yep, you're right.
So let's do it for. Let's start with you, Nate. Let's go with talent rolls first.
Talent rolls coming on up.
You need to give me a total of. How many was it here?
4, am I right?
4.
For level 7?
1 at first, 1 at third, 1 at fifth, 1 at 7th, and we're starting at level 8. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 rolls. Go for it.
All right. So let's see. I got a 4, a 2, a 5, and a 5.
That's actually pretty good, I think, right?
I am getting a lot of addition to my attacks. My demonic possession bonus increases by 1 point. I was really hoping for a 12, honestly.
Didn't you say you roll them twice and take the better?
No, that's for my health.
Hit points. We'll do that.
Yeah,
now,
that would be great.
So
Nice.
so yeah, Nate's chart here looks like this. It's so the demonic possession is really cool. That's the extra damage that you get. It's like when you go into your demon mode.
Yeah.
That's pretty good because, like I said, anything added to damage is huge in this game.
Yeah.
And then yes, all your other rolls were right in that 3 to 6 range, +1 to melee or range. I assume you're going melee.
I'm gonna double check.
Strength of
We've got
18, dex
we've
of
got
9. What are we gonna go with here?
We've got a let's see, a priest. Shoot, I already forgot. CJ and Estelle, what are you?
I'm a bard.
A bard
And a witch.
and a witch. Yeah, we don't need a fighter. We don't need a frontliner. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 to melee. I don't know. I was like acting like I was gonna debate for a second there, but
You got it. You got it. +1 to melee. 3 pluses to melee. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm hitting a lot of stuff, guys.
And then also you have your demonic possession increase. So now roll your hit dice. That's going to be, it's a D8 for the night. No, it's a D6.
D6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have low health.
It's a D6 for the night. Okay, that's fine. So you're going to get, starting off with this 2 dice, you take the higher result, and you're going to get +2 to it for being a
Oh,
dwarf.
shoot. That's right. Sorry. Oh, crap. So, yeah. So I have to do this 7 times?
No. Well, you looked like you rolled a few already, right?
No, those were my stats.
Oh, gotcha. So yes,
Or my
you're going to...
talents.
That's right. They're D6s as
Right.
well. So start it right
So-
now. Roll 2D6.
Yeah. All right. So,
You'll take the 5,
yeah.
and that adds 2
starting
because
with-
you're a
starting with
dwarf.
that one. Yeah.
So we got 7
Alright.
at starting hit points.
Yeah. You want me to just click through these and do the math after?
Correct.
Sure. All right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm just gonna go through and do the math. All right. So we got.
I think only 6 came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 came out, I think, Nate. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I got them all.
Okay, you do the math.
The 2
and-
9s at the before my name
Yeah.
popped up again. I think when you roll so many in a row,
Oh, okay.
and you have
Gotcha,
your name
gotcha.
pop up again. The 2 9s before were my
I see now.
first
Okay,
2.
you let me know what your total is in a second.
Will do.
Chris, why don't we go to you? Let's roll your talents.
Okay.
Priest. Let's see. Where is the priest? Here we go.
Keep going.
So your priest talents, let's see what you get. A 3. What else? 8. 7. 5. And one more
Here-
for being a human. A 9. So you got 3, 8, 7, 5, 9. So the 3. You want to go through these, Chris? Tell me what you got
Yeah.
here.
So a 3 is a +1 to melee or ranged attacks. I'm gonna write these down on my sheet. +1.
So you got 2 of those because you have a 5 and a 3.
So I'm gonna make that +2. Not gonna be making a whole lot of attacks. What were my other scores?
A 8, a 7, and 9.
8 is +1 to say 7, 9 +3 to priest spell casting checks.
Okay, so you have +3 to your spellcasting checks. That's pretty dang good. And then +2 to melee or range attacks, your choice. And then you want to roll your hit dice?
Yeah.
So
it's
your D6s as well. So you're going to be rolling 8d6. With this one, you can just roll them all together if you'd like. 8d6.
8d6.
Wait, is it level 8 or level 9?
8.
Oh. Then
So
I have
just-
to roll one more.
Oh, you only rolled 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so you're gonna add your or Constitution bonus, which is +2 to the first one, but you're just adding these all up and adding 2, so 34.
34.
There you go, 34.
Not terrible.
No, actually, those are pretty good rolls you got there. You got a couple 6s, some 5s, pretty good.
Yeah.
And
take
then say it again, Chris.
No, I'm just talking to myself. Go ahead.
Okay. That's great. So now you're moving on to background and things like that. And Nate, when you're getting all your HP and everything situated, start looking onto the backgrounds and other things in your character
Yeah.
sheet. We'll come back
I
to
have-
you.
36 hit points.
Wow. Okay. Not much more than Chris, even with the advantage.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we go to Estelle. Estelle, what's the witch have?
Let's see. It's. I got the 2d6 for the witch talents.
Okay, she's a D4 as well. The
D4,
witch.
yeah.
It's a low HP one.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny that I could be level 1 and then revive my familiar and die from doing it.
Mm. Mm.
That's great.
Solid
Then
strategy.
Your familiar sticks around, and then you get to play as your other character, your backup character, or does the familiar go away also?
It's just they're all witches, just a lot of witches sharing the same familiar.
It's a coven of witches.
Okay, so I have to roll the 2d6.
You're rolling it 4 times because you are an elf. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's 5,
5.
7,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7.
Those are all in the middle. 5, 6, 7, 7.
Yeah, I don't get anything interesting.
No, 5, 6, 7, 7. So
I mean, I
It's-
could just keep raising up my charisma.
it's actually for the witch. It's all within this one right here, the 3 to 7. So you get +2 to charisma or witch spellcasting check. So you might want to bump the charisma up to an 18.
Yeah.
Get that as high as you possibly
Um.
can, and then the witch spellcasting check after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty
Okay.
straightforward, but that's going to be important for you. So your charisma's maxed to 18.
And I get a +1 to on top of that for the
Correct.
spellcast.
Correct. Yep. And I assume you're an elf. Are you choosing the spellcasting
Yeah.
bonus as well? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then we go to CJ, the bard.
All right.
Did we decide on
Bard.
ancestry, CJ? I forget.
Yeah, we're gonna roll human, but this first one is going to be if I decide afterwards that I want to be a goblin.
You'll remove the first roll.
one is we're gonna remove this one.
Okay, here we go. This is the big human roll here.
This is the big human roll. This one really
Oh, wait,
determines
wait.
whether or not.
Sorry, I didn't roll for health.
Roll health.
Oh, roll for health. Yeah, do that first. Yeah.
It's 8d4?
8d4. Yep. And you add your con once.
8. 4 plus. What's my con?
CJ, I'm gonna do it. I'm putting the poll up in the chat.
Wow, nice
Oh.
job.
Oh, look at
Wow,
that.
That's a
Not
lot. That's a
bad.
lot of threes.
A lot of threes.
You want to see Xerox's brother?
I'm going to revive that familiar many times.
What familiar you're choosing? There's really no option, or there's no like set list of options. It's kind of up to you.
I mean,
Panther.
it does say rave. Oh, such as. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I could be I can choose a cat. Yes.
You could choose a cat. You could choose anything, really, like within reason.
Miniature panther.
Isn't that just a black cat?
Okay, I'm
that's what
gonna
I'm
need a
gonna
minute
call-
to think about weird choices.
Yeah, think
Trust
of your
me.
choices here.
I like the cat.
It does fit, yeah. All right, let's go to CJ, your roles.
Oh, here we go. My rolls. Okay, that's a 9 for human.
Okay, so the human roll is a 9.
And then I got 4 more. 1,
8.
2, 3, 2. Come on, 2.
4 and 4. So what do you got? 9, 8, 9, 4, and
9,
4?
8, 9, 4, 4.
Okay, let's
A
go
lot of
to...
plus 2. Well, 9, 8, 9. Yeah, a lot of plus 2s to any stat, which is good. And then and then range and magical dabbler, 1 each.
So yeah, it looks like you got 3 choices in the 7 to 9 range, right?
All right.
That's pretty good. 2 points to distribute to any stat.
Yeah. Twice.
3 times.
Well, 3 times. Well, because now I'm thinking I might.
Oh, you might want to go goblin
now.
at this point. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
let's check a look at what the chat says. Oh my God, CJ! I know it's
Yeah.
only 9 or 10 votes in at this point, but everyone wants you to play goblin here. Vote right now, but CJ needs to know what should he play, goblin or human? Let us know in the poll here. All right, if you're goblin fans out there, you got to let us know. And if you've played Shadowdark before, let us know how the goblins do in Shadowdark, because we have such limited knowledge here. I don't know how they do in Shadowdark. Does the surprise condition come up all the time in game, or is it something that we could really forego? The votes are coming in; they're piling in now. All right, CJ,
Okay.
we'll come back to you in a little bit, but let's do the hit points before we move on.
Do my HP. What is it? It's 8.
The bard gets a d6.
6 plus my charisma, which is a +1. 29.
29, and that was you add your con to it as well.
Yep,
Once
86 plus 1.
+1, it is added to it. Okay, great.
Yep.
So then you get, it's 29 actually. It's what it is. There it is. Okay,
what it
good. So everybody's got their HP. Everybody's got their stats rolled. Everybody's got their talents. Now we move on to the next part of the character creation, which is backgrounds and finishing up your character. So I'm going to go in our main rule book. We're going to go to backgrounds. You roll this randomly. I also am okay with you picking if you really wanted to. This has very little like gameplay effect, so I'm totally cool with it. But it was fun to roll them. It kind of helped make the character for us. So it's a D20 roll, straight up, and that'll give you a little background here. You might also in the zines have a background option. I don't know. You'd have to search for them if you wanted to look through there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Where is it in the zine?
You just keep scrolling down.
Oh, really? I see patrons.
Yeah, just keep going.
Just keep
Just
going.
there.
Ah,
There you
okay.
go.
So diabolical backgrounds. Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. So if you came from the diabolical zine, then maybe you want to roll there. That would be an option. CJ, the bard. Does the bard have any backgrounds that
I
are
don't think
different?
there's any backgrounds in. Oh, nope.
No, just titles. So
And-
I would say go with the core rulebook for yours. Yeah, I would say go with the core rulebook for yours. So let me know what you're rolling, Nate. Which one are you rolling on?
I'm rolling on the diabolical one. Why not?
18.
Yeah. So I
You were a healer.
I was a healer. Sweet.
Let's
Maybe
put it
that's
this
how
way: you
you,
definitely know how death works.
Yeah, I know what not to do.
Yeah.
That's how you and Chris's character both met. You were working at the same hospital together.
Chris helped show me maybe I shouldn't be in this profession.
You're really good with a scalpel, just not in the way.
Okay, healer.
Your scalpel's just a little bit bigger than it should be.
It's a
You're a
halberd.
surgeon.
All right, I like it, Nate. I don't know about you. You like it? I like it.
I love it.
I love it. All right, let's keep going here. Let's go to Chris.
I'm gonna roll on the core book here. There's my roll. I got a 3. Occult initiate.
Oh,
That's like opposites, right? He got what I should have got, and I got what he should have got.
well, maybe that's how you are connected, because the Saint
You went to the
Idris-
wrong meetings.
We went in the wrong doors. That's nice.
What's the-
Oh.
Excuse me, is this the healers meeting? Come in, my child. Come. Yes. Join us.
Oh,
Whatever you want it to be, it is.
Oh, the first rule about Healing Club is you do not talk about Healing Club.
I know blasphemous secrets and rituals. Nice. I like that.
This actually might work really well, Chris.
Yes, excellent. I
All
think I
right.
have my voice now too.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Estelle, are you gonna roll on the diabolical table?
Yeah, I'm going for diabolical.
All right, what'd you get?
Yes.
Okay, let's...
This is gonna be great. That's 5.
5.
Welcome to my
All
family,
right.
my dear.
This works out real well, doesn't it?
Yes.
This works well with the witch.
Haunted.
Oh, awesome.
It's my cat. The cat just never left. It's the 9 lives.
God. Wow, a restless spirit wants something from you.
Nice.
Sounds
Okay.
like
It's
my
your
cat in the middle of the
familiar.
night.
Yeah.
It's your familiar, they just can't communicate to you. It's like I'm stuck in this damn cat body.
That's great. CJ, give me your D20.
On the regular one, 10. Barbarian. You
You
left the horde, but it never quite left you. The barbarian. I'm a barbarian.
A barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yes.
Get to be the
He
barbarian.
he marched to the sound of his own drum.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. CJ, I'm not to disparage any barbarians out there, but you do have a 5 intelligence. So this kind
It
of does feel right.
Just writing down background is barbarian.
You're also your strength is not bad. Your dex is not bad. Your con is not bad. You are a physical specimen.
Yeah, it just makes me, it also, because like you left the horde, it makes me feel like I was part of a goblin horde at some point.
Yes,
No.
it does.
So are we going goblin here? CJ? 'Cause
Yes, it does.
It's 65%
I don't know what else
goblin
to-
right now.
I'm like 60. I'm like, let's see where
The poll is at 65% goblin.
we'll see where title, alignment, and deity land me.
Okay, fair enough.
We might end up.
So the only thing is title, alignment, and deity are actually really their choices. So, like for example, you choose chaotic, lawful, or neutral, but you could roll if you want. Do D3.
Do they have?
That's up to you. You
Bard
choose. Titles are actually something so that it
Oh, no,
doesn't
that's fine.
actually have too much in-game play, but it could. But it's basically more flavor. It's like your rank. You get it for being a certain level. So like the bard, they're just to show an example here. The bard and the ranger, I have it open. Their titles are like you would be if you chose lawful, you'd be a poet. If you chose chaotic, you'd be a silver tongue, and if you chose neutral, you'd be a voice. The ranger has similar, guardian, exile, recluse. The priest, the fighter, everybody has their own. We'll look it up once you choose, but we'll go to Nate. So Nate, what are you thinking?
I really don't like Inquisitor. That feels, I don't know.
Oh, for the
So
night, for the Knight of St. Aegis.
Yeah. Ugh. Let's see. I imagine I'll be more lawful or chaotic. Probably lawful. I don't know. Both of those are cool. I'm gonna roll
You're gonna roll. Okay, D3. One being
odds. Well, I don't want to be Inquisitor. I'm gonna go odds is gonna be lawful, and okay, I'm gonna be lawful.
lawful. Got it.
I am a judge.
Judge Dredd.
Yes.
Okay, I like it. So you're a judge, and we go to Chris. What are you gonna be?
Oh, I'm going chaotic.
And what's that for the priest?
For title,
Yeah.
stand by. Priest titles chaotic.
Oh,
Which one?
it's on page 30 of the core rulebook. It's a scourge.
So which level are we doing?
Eighth level. We're 8th level.
I'm a scourge.
Oh, this is
Yes.
perfect. Look at your
Yes.
next title when you level up to 9th. You're a Chaos Knight.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Scourge. Leader. Formerly cultist. I'm a leader.
That's true.
I love
Yeah.
it. Initiate. Yes. Oh.
What's the healers meeting?
Love it.
This is gonna be great. Let's see here. Let's go to Estelle. What do you got for us?
I'm gonna go with neutral and be conduit. Although I love the fact that the level after that, everyone's just Baba.
Baba. Oh yeah, look at that. Everyone on the witch title is Baba. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so
Wise One didn't feel like it fit. Prone didn't feel like it fit. But conduit with a haunted background,
Yes.
I think works.
Okay. I dig it. I dig it. Conduit. You're a conduit. And I find that very funny that at some point, when you're a witch, it's all the same. At some point. Okay. Interesting. By the way, CJ, Matt in the chat says, surprise comes up when a hidden creature attacks. The keen senses ability means that the goblin can't be the target of an ambush, but your party members might still be. So actually, it does have, I think, more of a real in-game mechanic than we're thinking, because unlike in D&D where it's like,
You're surprised. Yeah.
yeah, it's not like a surprise. It's like literally you're not going to be a target during that when the party is basically snuck up on.
Gotcha.
So it does have a
That's-
more tangible.
That's really interesting because that means that if you had like the tank, like the main muscle person, be a goblin, it'd be kind of useless.
Well, no, it just it might be great if you're a goblin. Well, I guess yeah, you're right. The tank would be a little because you want the tank to be hit, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. But if you were a wizard to be a goblin, or really one of those really glass cannon-y type characters, yeah, maybe. Interesting.
Or a bard.
Interesting. Well, it's up to you.
Okay.
A barbarian. I don't know. That's up to you.
Barbarian.
All right, so CJ, it's your turn. Who do you want
All
to
right,
be?
I'm gonna have
Lawful?
to roll because I like all of these. I wasn't feeling poet at first, but then I was thinking about it, and I think like a barbarian poet who like could work. So I kind of have to roll to figure this out.
Okay.
I liked voice, and silver tongue kind of works. So let's see where we are. Let's see, did that go through? A 3. All right, so that's neutral. So I'm gonna
So
go with voice.
You're the voice.
I am the voice. I am the neutral voice.
Gotcha. Okay, I like it. I like
Just
it.
thinking of the Futurama episode where the guy's just like, "Tell my wife, hello."
Tell my wife.
CJ, I'm in the poll. It's
Neutral.
64% goblin.
Goblin.
64%, but you don't have to give the people what they want.
I mean, I'm still leaning. I was leaning goblin. I feel like I gotta.
If you're a
I
goblin
gotta
and
try.
you are
I mean, we already have one, and this boring party of humans and elves and dwarves. You need to round it out with a goblin.
So are we doing it?
I think we're doing it. We're doing the goblin. We're gonna get.
Yes.
We'll drop the 9, because then I still have 2
Sub
and
good.
2
2 and 2, yeah.
of the
The +2 to
the
a
talents.
Yeah.
So I have 2 +2s and 2 +1s.
Okay.
So
Yeah. No, it's a solid mix. It's not going to take away from anything really.
kind of sad I didn't get a wand.
Yeah. Although we have to talk about magic items because we're talking about gear next. So it's pretty clear at this point that your characters would be, look at your damn titles here. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? So you're these heroes of legend, basically, and of course that's what's drawn you to this town. We have to have some magical items here. Now, I don't know, and this is something I haven't found. I don't know about starting at higher levels in Shadowdark. This is a brand new game. Like in the DMG for 5th edition, there's that chart that's like if you're playing these levels, this like, tiers of play, this is what you get. We should just discuss what we might want to do with that. I definitely think you should have a magical item at this point. There's no way you wouldn't. Maybe even 2 or 3. Like, really, to get to this point, it's a lot of games you'd have had to play 8th level. The XP goes up a lot. It's up 10 more for every level. And it's hard to get XP. Like, getting XP would be the result of completing an arc in a game, getting that, like, prize jewel that levels you finally 10 XP up. So I feel like, what are you thinking? We should have some magical items, right?
Yes.
What if we were to, like, roll, like, a D3 each? No? Okay, Chris
I
didn't like
hate
that.
I'm gonna roll a 1, and that's.
Well, then you get 1 magical item.
I want 3.
That is I feel that.
I think we should do luck, though. I think we'll start the game with different luck values, because that would be something that would be different. Some of you might be down on your luck. Some of you might have more. So maybe we'll do that D4 that is suggested you start every session with, but that's just going to be what you start the campaign with. You want to do that?
Cool.
Roll
Okay,
a D4 for the
sure.
luck?
Yeah.
Everybody can roll.
D4.
Yep.
Sweet.
Woohoo! 4.
3.
Okay, so I see, Nate, you rolled a 1.
I did indeed.
A little down on your
Gee.
luck. A little down on your luck.
Little
Estelle,
down.
a 3. CJ, a 3. And Chris, a 4.
Well done.
So those are your luck tokens to start out with. And
Yes.
then let's look at the Shadowdark rules for items. Let's go to starting gear and AC and things like that. This is going to be on page 33 of the rulebook. Now you can see here that the gear is done a little differently in this game. Everybody has slots that you can put. I think it's based on either your strength. I think it's your strength or 10, whichever is lower. Yeah, so right here. So you have a number of item slots equal to your strength stat or 10, whichever is higher. And unless noted, all gear takes up 1 gear slot. Things like a backpack, though, do not. That's the only thing that doesn't take up a slot. Everything else does, but like a torch, which if you buy a torch, this is an example. So a crawling kit. If you want to buy a crawling kit, it's kind of like having an adventurer's pack. It's 7 GP and you get all this stuff. I'm going to let you kind of decide what you want. Any mundane item, I'm just going to say you can have it. It's not like D&D where you have to have you can carry unlimited amounts of things. It's kind of like more, in your imagination. There's a number of slots you could take. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you take whatever items you want, mundane items, but if you want to take a crawling kit, this is just what it does. It rounds out a nice little option of items for you. But you could pick a la carte if you'd like. And then you have armor. I'm also happy with you taking whatever armor you'd like, because at 8th level, there's no way you wouldn't be able to buy and afford whatever armor you'd like. They do have, obviously, properties. You can see them here. Disadvantage on swimming, stealth, things like that. We're going to say mithril, though. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you would have fashion mithril because it's 4 times and you would have had the gold. So if you want mithril for your metal armor, do it. I really don't see a reason why you wouldn't have the best of the best at 8th level.
Sweet.
Why is the mithril -1 gear slot?
It's lighter.
Okay.
It like lightens your load, I guess. Yeah. You're putting it on. I think what you're doing is you're applying that to whatever armor you choose. So if you chose mithril chainmail, it would make the chainmail gear slot from a 2 to a 1.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's lightening you if you wore nothing else. You know what I mean? it's taking whatever you had -1. And then yeah, so that's it.
What about
there's
weapons?
weapons too? Take whatever you would want. I think any weapon, mundane weapon, would be fine. We'll talk about magic weapons in a sec.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
forgot what. There's a few properties on the weapons that I forgot what they mean, Bob.
They're all
You
here
remember?
actually. So yeah, finesse is like
Oh.
you can use dex or strength. It's up to you. L is for loading, not for love, not for loser. It's for loading. You must forego moving to reload this weapon. So it's something that like a crossbow is you're gonna have to take some
here
time.
we go. Sorry, I don't know why the PDF you showed there's a weapons and armor on the very first page of the PDF. I was looking there and it doesn't.
Oh, that's might
Never
use a
mind.
reference. I think yeah.
Perfect.
Throne, throwing them strength and dex. Two-handed, versatile. You can use it 1 or 2, and you use the higher damage die. Very similar to D&D. Weapon types, melee and ranged. When you use a ranged weapon, it'll tell you how close you need to be. So instead of in D&D where it's like 300 feet for a longbow, it's close, near, or far. And distances are explained in the combat section, but basically close means that you're engaged with somebody. Near means you're within a move of them, and far means that it would take you more than a move to get to them. It's up to the DM to decide, but most of these, the rule set is kind of focusing on dungeon crawling. So like, if somebody's that far away, they're just going to be in different rooms. You won't be able to see them. So that's kind of the idea is. But a long hallway, a corridor, that's where the far would come in. And then obviously names we're not rolling for unless you really want to. We're not rolling for names. That's kind of like the end of character creation. So once you pick your gear, you're good to go. Does anybody want to tell me what gear they're thinking of having, what weapons they're brandishing, what special items they might have chosen? Nate, I know. I was gonna say, Nate, you just found it, so we'll go to Chris first.
Yeah, well, I'm going mithril armor for sure.
Mhm.
But I have such a terrible dex. So like mithril plate and a shield as well, a magic shield, protect myself.
Okay, gotcha.
So magic armor and a shield. What did we decide as far as how many items we're gonna have?
Yeah, that's what we have to. That's what we have to decide. So, yeah, what are we thinking? I'm looking to see where the magic items are in the book because I know there's a
Page
section of them.
284-ish?
284.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
There's like randomization.
Is it under treasure?
Page 284 is where I'm looking at the armor.
Yeah, I see that here. There's luxury items here too, actually, which would be things that you might be able to get as well.
There's special benefits.
There's a lot of stuff here actually in the back here. But yeah, so magic items. Oh yeah, look, random magic items. Yeah, maybe that I guess that'd be for the DM to be like, what do you find? Here's what you find. But maybe we could do that as things that you found. Maybe give you a choice because you would have been able to purchase some, and then some randos, maybe.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And there's even a magic item idea generator. Look at this. You could name your things. The blessed cape of power. I like that. All right, so let's do this. Oh, these are all great actually, just for DMing here too. You get cursed armor. Oh my God, Nate.
Oh, please sign me up. Wait, what? Why? I was kind of paying attention. I was like half reading.
Cursed armor because you're a cursed knight.
Hey, sounds good to me. As long as there's something good out of it.
Wow, there's a lot here. There is a lot here. There's a bunch of magic items too in the back. Wow. Okay. All right, here's what I'm thinking. You can choose from the magic items on page 298 that we were talking about here. I think that you could choose one. You could choose one of them because you would have maybe been able to purchase it or buy it throughout your game here, your lives, and then a random one. And then I'll also allow for a luxury item or something from the mundane items but just cost a lot. So it'll be 3 things you can get. One item you choose, one at random, and we'll just determine the random item by going to like the magic item tables here. We'll do it so a benefit or a curse, and this is going to be like the create your own magical item thing. So it'll be like a random item, qualities, personality. We'll kind of do it like that, and we'll give it a some whatever. We'll figure out the bonus to it or whatever. But we'll do that, and then one item from the list that you could choose from. So let's give me some D6s. Let's go with we'll start with Nate. Nate, give me a D6 for the type of magic item that you would have acquired randomly.
A 3.
So it would be a scroll. And again, this might not be the best for you, but you could decide how it's used. A scroll, and that would be page 288. Let's go down to scroll.
288.
So the scrolls feature the curses and benefits. And actually, hold on, Nate. We have to roll because you might make a curse or a benefit on this.
Oh, okay.
Is it the
Yeah.
qualities?
Yeah, did you see that? It was
2d6.
2d6, yeah.
Okay.
I lost it here. Where'd it go?
So I should roll 2d6 though?
Yeah.
7.
So that's 1 curse and 1 benefit.
Yeah, it's a curse and a benefit.
Sweet.
Okay, so 288 is where we're at.
Would those
And
things
is it-
apply to a scroll though?
Yeah, because the scrolls actually have, if you look down on it, it says scroll feature, and then scroll curses and benefits.
Oh, they don't disappear when you use them. How you can just keep using it?
That I don't know. That's a great question. One that we'll have to find out. But go ahead, Nate. Roll the scrolls feature, a D8.
A D8. I got a 1.
So it's branded on leather,
Perfect.
and a curse and benefit. Use
All right.
tables for armor potion. Wait, I'm confused here.
So you have to roll this.
I got a 6, so it is. Wait, hold
It
on.
is an armor benefit.
That I don't
and-
know.
See,
roll it
yeah,
up.
so scrolls can't have curses. Or
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I think this is.
Oh,
where
never
the-
mind.
Yeah, I think this is only
So
if
was
you're.
it the spell tier then?
You'd have to roll a spell tier, yeah, because that would be
Yeah,
the.
so
So
I
6
rolled
would
a
be a tier 2 spell,
6.
and then the tier 2 spells would be a D12.
All right, a D12. A 9.
So that's mirror image. So you have a leather branded scroll of
Wait.
mirror image. That's your random magic item that you start with. You can pick a magic item from the magic item list as your chosen one, and then you get a luxury item that'll let you decide. And those are things that I would say at this point you don't really need to decide. You can do this over the next week. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Or if you want to really explore all of them, because there's a ton, do that.
Yep.
Chris, you want to go next?
Here we go. So a D6.
D6 for the type of item, yes.
5.
5. So we're looking at a
A
wand.
wand.
Ho ho ho.
Nice.
A wand. And is this one has a curse, I believe, correct? Could be cursed.
Let's go down to that chart there.
I think
Nope.
So I-
just
So I think if you go back to Nate's thing, he rolled a curses benefits on the wands and scrolls. It says use the table for, and then it tells you which other item it would be a curse and benefit from. So if you rolled the potion curses and benefits, you'd go down to like the potions curses and benefits.
yeah, I do, but I
and
do
roll
see
on
that for
that.
I do see that for potions, and that's right here. But I don't
Yeah.
see scroll or wand on here. So I'm gonna go with just the feature. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But if you roll armor
I
potion,
think you just use the curse and benefit table from that other item for the scroll.
oh, is there one already? Oh yeah, potion curse, potion benefit, potion. Oh yeah, there is one for
That's
potions.
what I think happens.
Armor.
You-
Oh, but I don't see anything else though.
yeah, so there's armor benefits and curses, potion benefits and curses,
Yeah, I see
weapon
those.
benefits and curses, utility benefits and curses. So, but there isn't one for spells. Or scrolls. It tells you to go to one of those other ones and roll there.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Oh, okay. So then, well, let's see. The armor one, what Nate would have rolled would have been armor. So the armor curse is So you would just roll this and apply it to a scroll. So if you remove this scroll, you'd get 2d10 damage.
Oh,
Your party cannot add charisma bonuses to reaction checks. I don't know. This feels weird. Mounts fear you and will not allow you to ride them. Oh my god. So Nate, give me a D12. Go ahead,
oh
Nate.
no.
Me?
Yeah, this is what
Wait,
we've been talking
why?
about. We've been talking about you. So CJ
Oh,
thinks he
excellent.
figured it out. So because a scroll doesn't have its own chart, it tells you to roll and you pick from a different chart. You rolled armor, so we're gonna roll in the armor curse chart and it applies to your scroll. Or at least if we're wrong, everybody, if you're in the chat,
Yeah, he rolls
let
on
us know.
but he gets a benefit and a curse.
Yeah, so give us
A
the curse.
10.
For the curse, it's a 10. You have disadvantage on dexterity checks. So while you have this scroll, you have disadvantage on dexterity checks. That
Oh,
might not be
roll
good.
another d12.
And roll your d12 for the benefit.
a 3.
You cannot be knocked over while you are conscious. So if you're up, you can't be tripped.
You can't be knocked
Well,
over,
so
but you
I
have
have-
disadvantage on
I was
dexterity
gonna
checks,
say,
which could be what are trying to knock you over.
I'm wobbly when I can't see it coming.
Yeah.
or
That's
when I'm
great.
asleep.
Yeah, while you're asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Matt in the chat says that we're doing is correct now, CJ. So yeah, we're good.
Excellent.
And he also says that we can roll for the spell for the scroll using the witch spell list in the first zine. So if we wanted to do it that way, Nate, you could change the spell. I'd let you roll on the witch chart one if you wanted to.
Yeah, did he roll the spell tier?
He did. He
And-
rolled his
okay.
2, and it was a mirror image.
I think
missed
that's
that.
cool.
Okay.
I'll take a mirror image spell.
Okay. All right. So now we go to Chris. Chris, what did you roll again? I'm sorry.
I rolled a wand.
The wand. So now we go to the wand. Roll 2d6, see if you get a benefit or a curse.
Okay.
And CJ, can you just let me know the numbers of the benefits and the curses?
A 3.
Oh, benefits and curses. Sorry,
Oh, it's got a curse.
Just a
Maybe-
curse?
just a curse.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what happens here.
All right, that's
roll-
qualities.
Yep, and so go for wand. Give me the wand feature, the D8.
Can I use a luck token to re-roll that?
No.
That's
Not-
awful.
Not in game. We're not in game yet. This is what got you to this point. Your D8,
An 8.
it's made of tiny skulls.
Yes.
It's a wand made of tiny skulls.
Cool.
And give me a 2d6 for the curse to see
He
which.
got it at his cult initiation
Yes.
meeting.
Oh, what is it?
A 10.
A 10. So we're going to use it from the
Utility curse.
utility chart, which is the utility curse
D12.
is a D12. What you get?
3.
A 3. The item attracts bad weather to its location. That's not the worst curse, Chris. That could
You're
be.
just-
All right. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
It's a
We're
little
gonna be
cloudy.
in a tomb.
Yeah, yeah. It's raining outside again. Again. Great. We go to.
It's just over. It's just over Chris's character. It's that rain cloud that follows around cartoon characters, just constantly raining on him.
Now,
Always
A
drenched.
surly priest.
yes. Now, give me the tier list for this. It's 2d6. The tier for your wand. Let's see what we got here.
6.
So it's gonna be tier 2 as well. Give me a d12.
Lame.
That's what Nate's was.
10.
It's a Misty Step wand. That's pretty good.
What's that?
Ooh,
It lets you
Misty Step.
teleport.
Misty Step.
Yeah, so you have a Misty Step wand made out of tiny skulls that has bad weather following you around. It's
Maybe
misty.
You can teleport away from the bad weather.
It's misty. It's very misty where you are. That really works. Okay, so now we go to Estelle. Estelle, start us off with your Roll to see what type of item it is.
It's a D6.
D6.
Okay, that's 5.
You have a wand as well. Oh my god, everybody gets a wand except for CJ.
I'm gonna end up with a freaking sword. I'm so upset.
Hey, you know what? You've adventured together. Maybe you could trade your cursed weapons. Give me a D12, 2d6 to see if it's cursed or not.
Okay, let's see. 7.
7. It's got both a benefit and a curse.
Okay.
By the way, if Nate or Chris, if you want to name your item, you can do that here. You can decide or roll. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. Would you get a wand?
Yeah, wand.
A
All right,
wand
let's
with
go.
a benefit and a curse.
Give me a D8 for the wand feature.
1.
Carved from bone.
Okay.
Carved from bone. Not made of tiny skulls, but it is carved from bone. And the curse and benefit, give me a D6. 2d6, excuse me.
Okay, 2d6.
What'd you get?
5.
5.
5, so it's armor. Roll a D8 for the feature. Sorry, not D8 for the feature. It is a
D12.
D12, sorry, for the curse.
So I'm trying to write it all down.
What'd you get?
I got a 11.
11. There's a secret 1 in 6 chance that an NPC will betray you. Oh my god. I'm noting this.
I gotta just be paranoid.
You guys are going to have so many friends. So many. That's a really clever curse, by the way. I really like that. Give me your benefit.
Is that another
D12.
D12.
D12? That's so...
What'd you get?
10.
You know Celestial and can fly for 3 rounds, once per day. Wow, this wand is awesome.
The social... Wait.
And now give me the spell tier, and we'll choose a spell.
Okay.
Roll high.
I got 2d6. Okay.
You rolled a
This is
10.
wild.
What'd you get?
That's a 4.
You're in tier 1 with this one, though.
But I can fly?
You can fly. Tier 1. Give me a D12.
Okay.
Oh, I get a 5. I hope it's a 5.
That's a 10.
Magic missile. It's a
Oh.
magic missile bone wand that encourages NPCs to kill you, and
Betray you.
you can fly 3 times per
I don't think
day.
necessarily kill. It just says betray.
Betray. Okay.
So they're
Betray.
For
just gonna
tier
try
1,
and,
I
like,
better hope they don't kill me.
They're
Yeah.
just gonna sell her out to the cult.
Sell her out to the healing cult.
Like, the only reason I hang out with the party is just like, these are the only people I know who won't betray me.
Fair enough. CJ, give me a.
Because you guys aren't NPCs.
That's true. Give me a D8, a D6, CJ, for your magic item here.
Okay.
This feels pretty dang good.
5.
It's a wand.
Okay.
This is the wand. This is like Harry Potter here. Jesus Christ.
Hey man, the wand chooses the wizard.
And Nate's here with his leather scroll.
I've got a scroll. It's cool.
It was from his
what is it?
barbarian tribe.
Qualities. So what's that? D
2d6.
2d6.
Would also be carved from bone. Made of tiny skulls.
It's
7.
7. It's
Okay,
gonna-
1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Okay.
Give me the D8 feature.
D8. It is. It has a blinking eye in the handle. Okay.
Okay, a blinking eye in the handle. Give me a curses benefit chart. Roll D12, 2d6.
2d6.
What'd you get?
I got a 9.
So it's from the utility. And give me a D12 for the... You want to do benefit or curse? I've been going curses first. You want to do curse first?
I'll do curse first. We've been doing it in that order. 10.
You must drink blood once a day or take D8 damage.
Yikes.
Oh.
Wow.
Can it be your own blood?
I guess so, yeah. It could. It could. This is
Once a
amazing.
day, you just has
For
to.
benefit.
Guys, this has been my favorite part of the whole session 0. Give me the benefit, CJ.
Okay, I got a 6.
You're
I gotta roll a
immune to
D4.
you're immune to one of these things: fire, cold, electricity, or poison.
I rolled a 3.
So you're immune to electricity.
Nice.
Wow.
I love these types of items so
This is
much.
insane. Okay, so everybody now has their Oh, you need the spell. The
He
spell.
needs to
Oh, I
find
need
out
a
what
spell.
tier it is. Yeah, come
What
on.
do you get?
What is that? That's give me that again. 1D
2d6.
2d6 for the tier.
Roll 12.
9.
9 makes it tier 3.
Okay. This better be good for making me a vampire. And then it's a D12
D12.
for spell.
Yep. A 10. Protection from energy. Interesting. So you're immune to
Oh.
electricity from this thing, and it's going to let you be even more protected from others.
Okay.
This is am I crazy? Does all these items kind of have a theme,
I mean,
right?
What's the?
I mean, what does betrayal and flying around mean?
I don't know, but they did.
When they betray,
It's-
you can fly away.
They
like-
have.
I think the celestial thing makes it like a deity powerful thing. So like maybe people who don't trust the gods, because it's a
Wanna
1 in
betray
6 chance that a person will betray you. So maybe they're just like, people who are wary of,
Cults.
cults or what do you call it?
I get betrayed because I travel with a cultist.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so
Theologians.
a
That's fun.
bone.
We all met in the hallway of our various support groups.
It's like in Wreck-It Ralph when all the villains come to meet for Villains Anonymous.
Are you sure we each have to be like not evil? Can we just be all evil with these items we have?
You guys have some pretty evil items, I'll be honest with you. All right, so in terms of magical items, right now you all have as much mundane, like the standard gear. Buy whatever you want. You only have a gear carrying capacity of 10, or your strength. So some of you it's going to be more, some of you it's going to be less. With the magical items, we all have our special rando item that we just rolled. You can choose one item from the list of magical items. Maybe choose that over the next week or so. Maybe check in with me. There might be some ones that I don't know. I haven't read through all of them that I might not be too keen on, or it might just be weird. I might even say that really won't come into play that much. I want you to have an item that might help you out in this scenario. So choose from that list. And then in terms of the luxury items, I'll let you choose a luxury item at your discretion.
Where does like magic armor and weapons fall in place there?
That's a good
Like
question.
a +3 shield. Where's that?
Where do
land?
those fall? Let's see. Let's go down to, because I think
I think those
believe
are
that
those would have been the random. We just happened to all roll scrolls and stuff because like a random weapon.
Right.
It's like
So now that we're choosing, do I get to pick a +3 mithril full plate, or what's the choice here?
I see what you mean.
does it
Yeah,
have to be
exactly.
named magic item or
I would
So,
say I
can
would
we-
say you could make your own item if you'd like a traditional one that you could pick. Let's keep it if you're picking it. Do we want to limit it at some level? What do you think? Like a chain, like the armor bonus. I don't know that you'd get the 3. Like if we just do it kind of like on what I would consider like tiers of play, like first level or 2 levels, you wouldn't have a magical item. you'd get a magical item maybe like at your 3rd level or something like that. Then maybe at your 5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, I don't know. So like maybe +2 is what we limit at. You can get a +2 item.
Blessed sword.
So like our armor would just be, we could have +2, but then we get to pick like a magic item.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. You can get one item that's like a armor or weapon or something. That's just a straight up +2. Fine with that. Totally fine with that. A straight up weapon that's just a +1 or +2. Oh, sorry, +2. Armor or weapon. And then choose one of the cool magical items at the end. So you really have 3 magical items.
Okay.
Make sense?
I like that.
Yeah. And a luxury item. I want to see these luxury items next time.
So our 3 items is the magic item we just got.
Yep, the magic item. You just got your random item.
That we all.
Your choice of a magical item in the back of the items that are there. There's like a whole long list.
Like for just throwing it out there, like the bag of badgers or something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to choose the armor of Saint Taragdus, right? That's a +3 plate mail.
Oh, because it's not just it's
so,
armor
so,
as well.
you know,
Yeah.
if you come across an item that is a +3 or something, not that one.
Yeah,
Well, that
it's
could
got,
be your choice item.
it would have to be in
And
plus.
then you could pick like a +2 weapon.
It would have to be a +2 at the max then.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and honestly, with those ones that you're choosing, just like I said, check in with me, make sure it's okay. I honestly, I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think, I think it's gonna be challenging regardless of whatever. Taking a very powerful sword, you're not gonna just beat this game. So, I'm happy to have you pick something that you think would really fit your character rather than necessarily doing it for power or whatever. But
Perfect.
so let's do this. So you have 3 magical items. One item from the list, no more than +1 or +2. It could have other effects, but no more than +1 or +2. And then a standard, straight up +2 armor or weapon. That I think is something that your characters would have accrued at this point in your adventuring career, being 8th level. All right. And like I said, with the special magical items that you're choosing, just check in with me. Just check in with me, because I have some of them. I want you to pick an item that's going to, like I said, just be too silly for this game.
Aw.
Well, one of the spells I'm taking definitely, rains frogs on bad guys. So, I mean,
Don't worry, everybody in the chat. If you're worried about these characters, trust me, I'm not. I'm not worried about what they're going to choose here. Well, this module it's unforgiving. So, I think we're just about done here. The only thing that I'd say we have to do from now until next session is, for those of you who are, never played before, and all of you are playing new classes, you got to look at what your characters can do. So every character has like some special features by being a priest, by being a witch or whatever. It'll tell you in your character. It's 2 pages actually, so it's very easy to read through. Just know your features, things that you can do. Like you also pick spells. So Chris, Estelle, Chris and Estelle and Nate are picking spells. CJ, I don't believe the bard gets spells, but you get special features using your wands and stuff like that.
Yes.
But double check everything. Like I said, you're going to look at your characters, know what they do, and then when we meet up next week, we'll start with session 1. Anything else we should touch on before we get out of here?
Did we want to re-roll our backup character stats, or?
Good point. Yes, I did want to do that. Let's just roll a set that we'll have in case your characters were to die. You'll have a backup character ready to go. And at least in the moment, you saw how quick it was to roll up a character. Now that you know how to do it, it's going to take you 2 seconds. So let's roll our sets here. Let's go with CJ. Give me a...
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Out once. If someone else wants to roll.
Sure, we'll go with Nate.
11 strength. Oh boy, 6 dexterity. 10 constitution. Oh, I'm doing 2d6. Dang it.
It's actually
I was
best.
like, man,
That was actually good for 2d6.
some of these weren't bad. Alright, I'm going to start over. My bad. We have, you know what? I'll take the first strength.
What'd you get?
7 for strength.
7.
8 for dexterity. 8 for constitution. Gosh, I hope I don't roll 14. 12 for intelligence. Oh no! 14 for wisdom. And 12 for charisma.
Well, you're not going to be a combat character, that's for sure.
That sounds kind of fun.
Chris, give me a set.
11. 8. 10. 16.
That's a wizard.
9. And 11.
You just got Hieronymus Bosch, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
16 in intelligence, and the rest is all
Too charismatic.
garbage. Too charismatic. Estelle, give me another set.
All right. It's 3d6, right?
Yep, yeah.
3d6. Okay, so 10 for strength. 11 for dex.
Oh my god.
We have no fighters.
Come on. 5 for
You have
con.
no hit
Oh.
points.
Please, no 14.
5?
12 for intelligence.
Come on.
Oh!
No! Please,
Wait,
no, please.
Estelle, wait. You rolled too many, I think, didn't you?
I did? Wait, I did?
Read them out to me again. 10.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Okay,
good.
10, 11, 5, 12, 6, 12.
You get the reroll.
You get to
Reroll.
reroll. This is a
I do?
scrap. No 14. If there's no 14, you
Oh.
reroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need at least one
Going
14.
in there with a 5 and a 6. 5 in con? I wouldn't live.
No, and
I
actually,
wouldn't get past character creation.
so I actually don't know if you know. Well, you start off with 1 no matter what. But I don't know if you know this, CJ and Estelle. When you die or go down to 0, there's a death timer, a death clock. It's actually similar to what we did in Keep on the Borderlands.
Okay.
And it's D4 plus your con bonus. So if you have a -2 to con, it's very possible that you may only ever have a round or 2 to survive, to get healed or revived. Otherwise, you're dead. So you do not want a negative con if possible. So what did you get for your second set?
Okay, here we go. Okay,
10?
10. Seem to
Yeah, we
get a
really
lot of
need
middle of
some
the road.
strength.
7.
Oh my god.
8.
Oh my god, Stell. Stop it.
Please stay.
Ugh.
No!
9.
9 and 11.
Yes!
Scrap
Another
it
bird!
again. Scrap it again.
Okay, then let's do an X there so I don't get confused. Okay.
11.
I will
Wow.
get a character
Oh.
numbers at some point here.
Okay, let's try it again. First
I hope they're all super high.
6. Oh my god, Estelle,
mind.
what is going on here? 12.
12.
Okay, alright.
Okay. 11.
Jeez.
9.
Estelle.
4.
14.
Oh no!
Don't die.
Yes!
Don't die.
Yes!
This character has a 4 wisdom and a 14 charisma. Oh my god. So your backup character, I can't wait to meet your backup character.
I hope we never have to.
I know.
I cannot wait.
All these
That's
backup
great.
characters are pretty pitiful.
I got
Yeah.
negative intelligence.
All right, let's see it.
Negative wisdom.
Watch CJ rolling all 17s.
CJ,
Here we
go
go.
ahead.
He has to, based on what she just rolled. The average has to flip the other way.
12. 15.
Oh my god.
9.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. 7.
Oh boy.
8.
One more.
14.
Hey,
Okay.
it's a bard again.
It's another bar. Hey.
Hey, I'm back.
It's me.
Okay,
You see
so
my twin brother come through here.
So, everyone, now to close this out, thank you for reminding me, CJ. I'm glad we rolled these now, because this would have been hilarious in the middle of the Tomb of Horrors as, look, trying to get some character rolls here. Look, we have our backup characters. Keep these stats somewhere. I've got them written down. I'm gonna pin them right here. I'm gonna pin them up here on my little board, so we'll have them to remember. But you're gonna make your characters. You can either make them ahead of time or make them in the moment. It's gonna take a second for me to get you integrated back into the game anyway. Once that happens, but I do want to get you back into the game if your character dies. We talked about expectations here. This game is going to be deadly. I'm going to try to follow this rule set, the original D&D one, as much as possible, where I mix in the Shadowdark aspect of it. Shadowdark itself is very deadly, so it's possible that some of you are going to die. This might be a little different than the campaigns you played in.
Our characters are going to die. Our characters.
Some of you may die, yes. Some of your characters.
But it's a sacrifice Bob's willing to make.
Yes. But realistically, this is going to be a little different than the other campaigns. I have ways, you'll see when we set up everything session 1 to get your characters there, and it's going to make sense. But we will not be at the front of the tomb starting this off. It's going to be more of a traditional campaign. You will get to the tomb soon. Definitely before their group got to the Caves of Chaos. All right, definitely faster than that. But
Okay.
I'm excited because this is going to be a really, really intense game, and I'm really pumped to see if you can survive the Tomb of Horrors.
Us too.
Yeah,
Curious to find out if we're going to
I
survive.
don't think my backup character will.
right.
We should just really roll a third right now.
We might have to. At the end of this whole thing, so next week we're meeting again. We're playing on Wednesday, the 28th. That's our first session for episode 1. The rest of you are going to be introducing your new characters. I can't wait to hear their names. Maybe we'll touch on some of the magic items, the bigger decisions you made between now and then ultimately start the campaign. For you watching on YouTube, oh my gosh, thank you so much for tuning in. We had a great crew here watching us make these characters, and thank you for some of the insight and advice. Always appreciate, especially when learning a new game, to have people be kind of contributing like that. So thank you. And then we'll see you all soon next week for any other announcements. Oh yeah, one thing tomorrow, if you like Shadowdark, I'm actually going to be running something similar to what we did today, a session 0, and then eventually a one-shot of Shadowdark for a bunch of D&D YouTubers on Wally DM's channel. That's going to be tomorrow, and then 2 weeks after that. So check that out. I'll post something about it tomorrow during the day on my YouTube community tab and social media. All the links to things we talked about are in the chat. Anything else, everybody? I forget.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Go.
We'll see you all on the
Don't
tabletop,
forget to like
everybody.
and subscribe. Hit the bell button for notifications.
You know, it's actually interesting, CJ. We haven't had you on a stream since Spelljammer, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've said that phrase, like hit the bell, like the thing. I'm out of practice. I'm glad to have you back. You're my biggest supporter of that.
The call to action.
My call to
Yeah,
action.
remember the call to action. Hit the bell, like, and subscribe.
Smash
Don't forget
it.
to check
You
out the
smash it.
Patreon. Down in the
Patreon.
description. All the
All of
links for everyone else's social media. Check out Estelle over on twitch.tv/breakfastking.
Yes, Estelle. By the way,
Um,
see, and Chris, you'll appreciate. Estelle is an impressive artist. Chris
Oh,
also,
yeah.
in another life, was an art teacher.
I'll look forward to seeing what her Shadowdark art looks like of all
We'll
our
see.
characters.
Of all 30 of them,
All 30 of them. I gotta work fast.
be careful, Estelle. You might start and then be like, "Oh God, they died."
Just gonna be stick figures with swords.
Stick figures. Well, anyway, we'll see you all on the tabletop. Have a great evening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.